So we're exploring Rotorua today. This is my first impressions of this town. I didn't really know much about this city here on the North Island. And I have to say, so far, I am thoroughly impressed. These awesome gardens, beautiful palm trees, some nice historical buildings in the area. And one thing that makes Rotorua very unique is the geothermal pools that they have all throughout the city. In particular, this area, they have some historical thermal pools. Let's go check out this first one that is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, that strong sulfur smell lets us know that there is geothermal activity around. So Rachel Spring, or Fan-Kapipiro, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The water coming out of this reaches temperatures of 212 degrees Fahrenheit. It's alkaline water laden with silica, and they have historically used this water in spas around the area, and it's currently being recirculated over to the Polynesian spa on just the other side of the parking lot over there. That mineral-rich water, and you could smell the strong sulfur smell being expunged, the gas and the minerals being expunged from the center of the earth down near the core. Of course, Rotorua is near several active and inactive volcanoes here, kind of in the north central part of the North Island. Right near the Freedom Camping area, there's some larger pools which have a different color, and they're not as hot. They're actually pretty cold. I stuck my finger in there, but you can still see the gases being expunged from underneath the water bubbling up. So the whole area, the whole city kind of has that sulfur smell from this geothermal activity here. So with the abundance of thermal areas that they have in Rotorua, there's a ton of different options, both paid and free, to check out the bubbling mud pits and thermal spas and stuff like that. And there's actually a free spot here across town from where we were earlier, where you can dip your feet in. I guess you can't go all the way in, but it's allowed to dip the feet in for free here, right next to this raging cauldron next to us, which you cannot go in. So I thought that we were going to be soaking in a mud pool, and luckily it turns out it's this beautiful, just kind of like this volcanic sulfur mineral water here, and Sam is really enjoying it. Ma'am, give us your thoughts on the soaking here in Rotorua, soaking the feet.
So nice.
How would you say it compares to the Namtok Pleo fish eating the dead skin off your feet?
Much more relaxing.
It's much more relaxing than the fish eating the dead skin off your feet?
Correct.
I don't know. The fish eating my feet were pretty relaxing. I felt very relaxed. Except when those big fish took the big bites out of them.
They were pretty big. Plus, that water wasn't warm.
Excellent point, my dear. And that's
Not sure why we're comparing them, actually.
I just making conversation, young lady. And that's one of the features of thermal areas, is warm, if not scalding, water. Did you know that?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Ah, another day in Rotorua. I was actually just thinking, with all the gardens and the flowers, did they plant so many flowers in the gardens like to interrupt that sulfur smell with some pleasant flower odor? Because it's really pleasant when you walk under like these canopies and these tunnels and by these giant flower bushes and stuff. You get a brief respite from the sulfur smell and that intoxicating flower aroma. Wouldn't you agree, ma'am?
Yes, but it's not that strong. It's not as strong as I thought it was.
The flowers or the sulfur?
A New Zealander told me, don't go here because it smells like farts. However, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah. There's a lot of places where it doesn't smell at all.
That is true. But when you're actually in the water like we are now, that is not the case. It's not an overwhelming smell. Like you can see the gas over there. That's a bit more smelly over here. I feel like they probably treat this water in some way, filter it and treat it. I don't think they treat it with any chlorine like they did up in Banff, at the Banff Hot Springs, treating the natural sulfur mineral water with chlorine. I definitely don't think they're doing that here, but they probably do offer a light filtration on this, I would imagine. I wonder why they don't want you to like fully submerge yourself in here. Is it because they want to leave room for everyone to put their feet in?
Maybe there's no filtration, and they're like, probably shouldn't have the people swimming in here with no filtration.
Good on ya. They might have brain-eating amoebas, otherwise known as the, let's see if I can remember it, Naegleria fowleri amoeba, which they have in several hot springs in the United States.
They do have a secret bridge spot a little further south.
With a brain-eating amoeba?
With an amoeba. Don't put your head under the water.
Oh wow! Is that a hot pool or a?
It's a hot pool that runs under the bridge.
Brain-eating amoebas.
However, they also warn there could be syringes, used syringes, condoms, garbage.
Thank you for ruining this relaxing video. So yeah, brain-eating amoebas. They love the hot thermal pools, so don't stick your head under. Just to be safe, in any hot springs, natural hot springs, good idea not to put your head underwater.
Infamous.